You're about to enjoy an It Takes Three network podcast. In these last crazy days of summer, a few simple tips to beat the heat. 1. Drink plenty of fluids. 2. Stay out of the sun. 3. Limit all physical activities. That is, within reason. Hey, welcome back to Three Gossip Girls. We are obviously a Gossip Girl podcast. Tonight we watched season 2, episode 3, The Dark Knight. I'm Liz.
I'm Michelle.
And we have Mr. Liam the cat with us tonight.
I know he's seated in our third seat with the mic perfectly placed.
Now he's laying down on the pillow. It's so cute.
Yes.
So we watched, as I said, The Dark Knight, which is a reference from The Dark Knight, obviously. It aired on September 15th of 2008, directed by Janice Cook and written by John Stevens. The summary for this episode is, in a humorous twist, Blair questions the lack of passion in her relationship with Marcus, while at the same time, Chuck appears to have lost his passion for any woman that is not Blair. Meanwhile, Nate struggles between his feelings for Vanessa and his more complicated by-the-day relationship with Catherine. Jenny risks losing her internship when Eleanor catches her critiquing one of her designs. While this is going on, Serena and Dan are stuck in an elevator to talk about their relationship and come to the conclusion that they are totally two different people and that it will not work out for the two. That summary was from, I believe that summary is from Wikipedia. Some of the pages have like a little bit of a different, summary.
Yeah.
So that's the one I chose for tonight.
I think it's perfect, and it really covers everybody's bases.
Everyone's bases,
and sets our foundation to discuss.
So tonight, the Glassful of Gossip is a mocktail, not a cocktail. No alcohol this week. After last week, we were a little warm, but it was so much fun.
Yes.
So this week, to play on a dark and stormy, I did a dark and Sadge-y.
Ooh, I love it.
I did a dark and Sadge-y because of the blackout in this episode. So normally in a dark and stormy, it's rum and ginger beer and lime juice. So today I did ginger beer from Trader Joe's because it's delicious, Pellegrino lemon seltzer, and a splash of lemon.
It's delicious.
It's very refreshing.
Liz made the drink, as she always does, but she doesn't tell me anything about it. And so I'm sipping on it. I'm like, I cannot wait to hear what I'm drinking.
It's the dark and Sadge-y.
It's perfect. And it also, I feel, goes really well with this very, very sweaty episode. I feel like I was sweating watching everybody sweat, so this is definitely cooling us down.
We were like, we should have counted a sweat meter because the amount of listening, I'm like, wow, did they do this for the effect? I mean, obviously,
I think so.
Yeah. Or was it just that hot? But I think it's for the effect, right? Everyone was just dripping.
Yeah, and everyone kept saying oh wow, it's so hot. Can't believe you're doing this here. It's so hot. Our AC broke.
Right.
It's hot.
Yeah. So it's hot. What's not hot is Chuck's sex life. We start the episode. They kind of pan to a bunch of people. The first is Chuck drinking in his boudoir, and a woman is, coming by like they just had sex, and you're like, oh, okay, so Chuck's moving on. Mm-hmm. And then as that's happening, Jenny is running around the city. She has all of her, materials for Eleanor. Eleanor's coming back to New York.
Yeah.
So she's going crazy, and she's on the phone with Vanessa as this is happening, and she's trying to talk Vanessa off the ledge pretty much about what happened with her and Nate. And then they pan to Serena and Dan making out because the summer heat, can't get them off each other. And then what's not heating up is Blair and Marcus.
Yeah.
So that's the 4 kind of piece points of the episode, what's going to happen.
Yeah, with Marcus and Blair, we find out that they haven't had sex yet.
No.
Which I'm like...
He calls her a delicate little flower.
I know.
It makes me want to throw up.
And
actually.
Also, I don't know how this is going to sound, so you'll take it however you want. But Poor Blair can't get anyone to sleep with
Right?
her. Oh my god.
The only person
Except
she
for
can get
Chuck.
to sleep with her is Chuck. Well, and then she got Nate to sleep with
No,
her.
I know.
We're like getting her to sleep.
But
We
you
don't
know
mean
what
it
I
that
mean.
way.
I don't mean it that way, but also the fact that she's like, oh my gosh, another, why haven't they slept together? And it's, well,
Right.
deep down, we know why, because no one's feeling a flame
There's
here.
no passion.
Yeah.
But Marcus likes her.
Yes.
They like each other very much, and they've been dating for a while, so you would suspect things would happen, but they're not.
Yeah.
And so that's concerning to Blair, obviously.
Right.
And so then we have like I said before, little Jay giving Vanessa the advice about Nate, because Nate blew her off more than once last episode, and she doesn't know if she should like fight for this, if it's worth it. He keeps blowing her off, and she feels like he's made it clear that he doesn't want to do this with her.
Yeah.
Which we know as the audience later on, it's not the truth, but it just looks really bad because he can't tell anyone what he's been up to.
I feel this story arc of them was a nice turn of events, even though it didn't end nicely, which we'll get to. But last episode, you know, we see how he doesn't show up to her sweet dinner she provides, which takeout Chinese food. And I'm like, okay, he's definitely views her as a friend. This is what it seems. She views him as more than that. And you can tell, I'm like, oh my God, the angles here, it's not good. It's not good. But we see that Nate is genuinely interested in her in this episode.
He is. Right. He's actually showing that he cares.
Yeah.
Which she hasn't seen before.
Right.
So while this is going on, we go to Nate. He's in the suit shop. Catherine's picking out suits and ties for him, and she's talking about what's been going on with them is pretty much she's paying him to sleep with her, which we knew last episode, but it's been continually happening. And this is how he's able to help his family out, by her providing this money.
Right.
So such real tricky.
I know, because at first
situation.
it started as a hot
right
thing in
now
the
he's
Hamptons.
like, this is great. Now he's like, this is work, and I don't want it.
Yeah, and so Vanessa does call him while he's in the suit shop and says, you know, and Nate right away is like, can we do something?
Yeah, and she's like, oh great, I didn't even have to ask. And so she's like, here we go. This is going to continue. So she's hopeful about it.
Yeah,
and he says they go on a little date, and he says to her, I can breathe again.
Yeah.
Which is so nice to hear. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and at the time, I was like, oh, Nate, please don't
break
stringing her along. But this is when they're on the street, and they're talking, and they hold hands.
Yeah.
He's like, let's do something tonight. And he's like, oh, I can't. I have to do something with my family, my mom. And then Catherine is across the street in her town car and sees it. Yeah,
so that was it's on her radar, and now she's going to get rid of that real quick.
Yeah.
Do you want to just talk about Nate and Vanessa and get that over with?
Sure.
So, sort of while this is happening, Blair and Catherine talk.
Duchess.
Catherine, yes, and Catherine is saying to Blair, who is this girl that Nate's been with, and Blair is gung-ho on telling her. She's manipulating the situation, but then later on you see she's like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, because at first I was like, what are you doing here, Blair?
Yeah.
Use it to your own advantage, as she always does.
Right.
But she doesn't really do anything with it.
Right. And so later on, Vanessa and Nate do have their cute date at the gallery/cafe. Blair comes in and says, you're invited to my party and bring Vanessa. And he's like, yeah, sure, we'll go. Not thinking anything of it. But as Blair leaves, she calls the Duchess and says, like, the plan is in motion. So you're like, ah, shit, what's this about?
Right.
So Nate and Vanessa can't even have a nice day together without it being ruined.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much doomed from the start. So they do go to the party. Well, the party is happening, but Nate calls her to cancel because he figures that they're scheming a plot, and that he talks to Marcus, and Marcus says, oh, my stepmother is going to be there. So that was a red flag already.
Yeah, and that tips him off.
And he's like, okay, if she's going to be there, I definitely can't bring Vanessa. So in an attempt to tell her not to come. He says that he has family things to deal with. I'm not sure if he says he has them to deal with at the party.
I think it made it seem like he had to cancel and not go to the. Oh, good point,
You
though.
know, because she knew he was going to be there
Yeah.
still. I don't know how he termed it, but he said something to the effect of, I have a lot of family drama going on right now. It's probably best if I don't bring you.
Yeah, and she
So
takes it as he can't let her in and let her be a part of it.
Right. Like she thinks, okay, it's a different world thing
Yeah.
again. And there's no way I could understand. So
She talks to Rufy.
She talks to Rufy, who happens to walk in after she gets the voicemail from Nate. She doesn't pick up the phone call. He leaves her a voicemail explaining all of these things. Rufus comes in and says, okay, you're getting ready to go. And she's like, I'm not going anymore. And so Rufus says, well, you should go anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, you can stay here, or you could just go and pretend like I never gave you the message, or like you never got the message that he's canceling on you.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. And so she goes.
Did you like Rufy's advice?
Yeah.
I know, because either fight for him.
Right.
Or
don't.
I didn't get the message.
Right.
Be curious.
Yeah, he said to her, you should definitely call him back and give him a piece of your mind.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should just go to the party and show up anyway. So she decides to do the latter, goes to the party, and we know Catherine is there and Nate is there, and she catches them holding hands.
Yeah.
Because Catherine approaches Nate, and Nate's like, I knew this was a plan all along. And she's like, yeah, where's the girl? I wanted to meet her. What's her name? Vanessa. And then you pan out, and Vanessa's right there. And she can't believe what she's seeing.
Yeah.
And so she approaches him. They go into another room, and it happens to be a blackout at this point, which we'll get to. And she confronts him, and she's like, just tell me everything. I can't believe that you've been keeping this a secret. At first, she's so mad. But then she kind of warms up to it. Maybe we should talk about this.
And I'm like,
great.
Please let someone talk about something. And he does, because this is how Nate is with Vanessa. He opens up and he's like, he admits to, yes, I'm sleeping with her. And yes, it's been going along.
Everything. I need the money. I've been doing this because of that. You know, Chuck gave me the money right off the bat, but now he can't, and I need this money. My family needs it. And I'm not into it, but I want to be with you. Yeah. And she's like, go break it off now. I'll wait for you here.
Yeah.
So he leaves. Someone comes back in. It's Catherine. And her and Vanessa battle it out. You don't really see the scene. So Catherine tells her, let me tell you how I feel about Nate. And that's where they leave it, really.
It's so pathetic.
And Nate comes back. Vanessa's not there. The lights happen to pop on at that moment. Catherine's standing in the dining room or whatever it is. And he goes after to see if Vanessa's still there. And she just says, like, you should keep doing this. You know, don't worry about me. You need the money. Like, do it.
Yeah.
Which he was like, yeah. Okay. I thought we were going to do this, but I guess not.
But
sad.
But we find out at the end when Vanessa's talking with Padge that Catherine pretty much threatened if she tells Nate, and if they were to continue, she will go to the FBI and tell where
Howie is. The captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a bitch.
And so she did it because she truly cares for Nate
Yeah.
and loves him, and that's why she can't say anything.
That sucks.
It's so heartbreaking.
What turmoil. Like, these 16, 17-year-old kids should not be dealing with this.
And also, Catherine, is just so pathetic. So pathetic.
It's just a control thing.
It's like a dominatrix, too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really sad.
Yes.
So the Natessa.
Yeah. I wish we found out. You know, I will say this, because they ended abruptly last time we saw them
season.
And when we opened, and I was like, wait, what happened to them? We never touched upon it. And I guess we still haven't, but I'm like that we came back to it because they actually do really like each other.
They do. And they have a good bond. Like, they're just, we say this, but they're good for each other.
They have spoken more truths than freaking Sadge has.
Sadge cannot, good segue, because let's talk about how Sadge cannot talk to each other.
everything
all they want to do is make out.
I know, and everything else in this episode, everybody else's storyline, I was like, yes,
Good,
I'm into
yeah.
this. I'm into this. And then they show Sadge, and I'm like, you guys are such lame ducks.
Lame. Blah, blah.
Just go whatever direction you want to go.
Yeah,
I want to chime in because I am just so.
So they start out. We see them again. They're kissing. They can't keep their hands off each other, and they're kissing so much that gets on Gossip Girl.
Oh my God,
this one girl. They're standing in the middle of a sidewalk, just making out. This girl's standing, hovering over them, pretty much in their face. They have no idea she's even there, and she's taking the picture of them.
Yeah,
and it gets on Gossip Girl that S and D are back together.
Lonely boy.
The lonely boy and the it girl. And, you know, everyone's like, oh my God. And she gets the entire story out there of how they broke up, why it happened, the whole Georgina thing. And so then later on, there's that funny moment of the little teenage girls going up to them.
The minions
I love
in the park. Yeah. And
so two of them are on Blair's side, but two of them are on Padge's side, and one's on Blair's side.
Serena.
I'm sorry, Serena. Thank you.
No, I get it. But she's a Serena.
Yeah. So just really cute. And they yell at Dan, and then Serena comes over, and she's like, "What's this about?" And then she's like, "Oh, you need to leave." She's like, "Get along, go along,
fly,
shoo."
Yeah.
And they realize still that they haven't talked about their problems. It's just ongoing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and because Gossip Girl obviously released the news, Jenny's super excited.
Yeah, and Rufus is excited.
Blair, not excited.
Not so much.
But she has a good point because when her and Serena are getting ready for the senior comeback party, another comeback party, which I thought last week was a comeback party, but it wasn't. But she says, have you guys spoken? When you guys talk, let me know, and then I'll be happy for you.
And Serena doesn't like that to hear that because she doesn't want to face the truth. And Blair's like, you're just going to repeat the same thing over and over again if you guys don't talk about your problems. So, and she was right. Because later on, they decide to go to the party, Blair's party, and they're going to talk when he picks her up. About it.
Because they did say at one point, oh yeah, we'll talk when I pick you up.
When I pick you up for the party, which when you're giving it all of 5 minutes to talk about it, it's a pretty heavy topic.
I know, and he comes and picks her up, and he's like, wow, you look really pretty.
Right.
And that's all. It's so awkward.
It's awkward. And then they get in the elevator, and she's like, did you have a good day? What did you eat for lunch? Like, avoiding it again.
Yeah.
And at this point, the blackout happens. They get caught in the elevator with each other for an extended amount of time. And they're like, well, shit, this sucks. And so even more to avoid their problems, Dan calls the maintenance guy and is like, we're stuck down here. My name is Dan Humphrey, and we're stuck and we need help. Serena laughs it off, saying, you probably should have mentioned my name. I live in this building. And Dan's like, what? Why do I have to mention your name? Serena this, Serena that, and calls back, and the guy says, oh, we'll get someone, of course, because it's Serena in the elevator.
And she did say, she's like, I am a tenant
right,
here.
I live here.
I'm a resident.
Right, this is a serious thing.
Yeah.
And so they do get people to help, which we don't even see. And while they're stuck in the elevator waiting for someone to come help them, they end up, thank God, talking about what they've been needing to talk about this entire time. As the audience, you don't really see the beef of it, but you're kind of led to believe that they still have the same issues they've been having. Dan even says, we had this issue at Bart's house and the brunch, and it's like the same exact issue that they keep bringing up. So it's obvious that they're not going to get past this.
Yeah, and they admit to, I can't change who I am.
They both won't change.
They can't
and they won't.
And that exactly right there. They can and they won't.
They won't.
It's like, hey guys, you guys are literally choosing not to evolve with each other.
Right. Isn't that pathetic?
Grow with each other because you're too young to come to that realization.
Right.
Because you don't have to change. You just have to learn to bend and compromise, but they cannot even fathom that thought.
It's black and white with this relationship.
Yeah.
So their decision they didn't want to do it, but their decision was to end things for good because they felt that that's what it should be all along.
This better be over. It's one of those relationships where I've never really been excited for them. So it's hard for me to want to fight for them and to see this back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I get that there's obviously their sexual attraction to one another. And you had like your kind of fallback fling. So let's hope this is now.
Right. They do say, though, or not say, all in the eyes, but as Serena's leaving the elevator after the lights finally come back on, Dan says, Serena, wait. And she turns around and she's just like, I know.
Yeah. Well, they still love each other.
They still love each other. And the elevator closes and she says, I still love you.
Yeah.
And I do feel badly.
No.
While this was happening, I was like, oh, man, that sucks. Felt it in my body. Didn't, shed a tear or anything because let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just very dramatic. And there's so much more dramatic things that happen in this episode especially with Chuck and Blair, which we'll get into. That part makes me, oh, well. So that's the end, really, of Sadge.
And I guess it's too soon to tell.
It's too soon to tell.
But how many times are we going to go? Unless we do the whole, I spent some time apart, I realized I want to evolve and learn, and let's grow together.
That's the only argument they can potentially have for the future, though.
Yeah.
I'm willing to grow and work on myself. They're both not willing to at this point. So it's good. Like, don't hinder me. Let's not, stop each other from being able to grow somewhere else, just not with each other. And that's fine.
Yeah.
For us, that's fine because we weren't that thrilled with them anyway.
No, but you guys clearly aren't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. And even from day one, it was kind of like their storyline was a repeat on repeat on repeat. And it's just like, it's tired.
Yes.
So I'm excited for single Dan and single Serena.
Same.
And let them be on their merry way.
The idea of it, I love.
It's great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chuck and Blair.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Because he's got none.
That's the clip for this week. Yes. He can't get it up.
He's having all of these girls
problems
in and out. The girl from Tokyo arrives. International delights.
He still can't get it up.
He can't get it up. And Serena, when he has that moment with Serena in the kitchen, she's like, oh my God, you're not over Blair.
You're not over Blair.
And then
so he goes, you're right. So I should just try one more time to get her to sleep with me.
Sexual Drano.
Blech. Gross. Right?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So that's pretty much his storyline with this episode. He can't get it up. He keeps going girl after girl. And finally, he decides he's going to pursue Blair at the party. Goes up to Blair, teasing her. I remember watching this and being dying.
Dying of laughter, dying of hotness.
No, dying of oh my God, I need this.
Ew!
Right?
Ew.
This was 7-8 years ago.
I'm not judging you at all.
It was way longer. Oh my God, this is over 10 years ago. I'm sorry, because it's 2008.
It's 11 years ago.
Yeah, so at that point, me on the chair ride, so...
I get it.
I'm on the ride, so I'm yes, 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 but also mad at Chuck because no, this is not a game. She's with someone else. We get it. This is how theatrical this show is. That this part, watching it now as a 30-year-old, I'm laughing hysterically because it's super cringe.
It's really fun to watch it as, in the beginning of this, I was like, oh, I can't take this too seriously because it's not it's not realistic. But now I've literally changed my mindset. It's kind of how I watch Melrose Place.
Definitely.
Melrose Place is a ridiculous soap opera, and I love it. So Gossip Girl is a ridiculous soap opera. So let's just keep it at that.
I love that.
And Chuck, the way he seduces Blair, he doesn't go up to her. He grabs her from behind.
She doesn't even move. She's just so captivated by it.
Yeah.
People love this scene, which...
Sure.
I'm sure you can understand why for the chair people, but I remember watching this live and being oh my God, this is amazing.
And now,
being
in our 30s, we hate teenage sex.
We hate teenage sex. But to me,
No, this is different.
This is different. Like, I don't view them as I view the teenagers on OC.
Same. I don't view them as teenagers.
They're not teenagers.
You do when they can't learn to communicate and evolve with each other.
When
but then
they're
I'm like,
Sadge, they're teenagers. But when they're Chuck and Blair, you're like, all
I don't
right,
know what you are.
They're not even. Yeah, right. What are you?
I don't know.
But Blair she's pretty thirsty because her and Marcus have not done anything, and she's dying for that attention. She's craving the sexual need because she knows there's no passion in her relationship. So she's allowing Chuck to tease her, and she's like, "You're disgusting." And he whispers in her ear, "Just have sex with me." And she's like, "You're fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
just get out of my face." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
She has a conversation with the Duchess where she's like, "What are you trying to do? I don't understand your motive here. It's not going to work." Like Nate likes Vanessa. And Catherine says along the lines of, "You don't understand. He makes me feel alive."
Right.
So this is what triggers
her revelation. She's like, "Oh, okay, I'm not alive with Marcus."
Because she says that. She's like, "Oh, you're always going to be missing something with Marcus. So I hope you're okay with that."
Right. She makes her see what she knew all along. But it's someone else now is bringing it to your attention. You're like, "Oh, damn it."
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, during the blackout, Blair and Blair just can't take it anymore after that, and she needs to find the passion, so she decides she's going to start making out with Marcus and kind of lead him to her bedroom. And he's like, "What's going on? We have a house full of people. Please, let's worry about that first." And she's like, "Please, I need you right now. I'm begging you." And she's like, "Meet me in my room in 10 minutes or whatever." So he's like, "Okay." And Chuck overhears this.
Of course he overhears it.
Of course he does. And he's lurking in the background. And when this scene happens, I freaking peed my pants because I don't remember it being that ridiculous. It was like the Phantom of the Opera.
I know. It's always like the Phantom of the Opera with Chuck and Blair.
Right? So Blair goes into her bedroom. She's got one candle lit. Her back is turned. And Chuck comes in and speaks in a British accent, which is his real accent, which is hysterical.
Yep.
And says something like, "I'm here." I don't even know what he says.
"Blow out the candle."
He says, "Blow out the candle." And so she does, and they start doing whatever they're going to do in the darkness. And while they're doing that, I guess Marcus, he was going to come in and looking for her, and the lights turn on. They have no idea the lights are even on at this point. And Marcus is just standing in the doorway with tears in his eyes.
Mouth agape. Like,
not saying anything. I'm like, speak. And he's just like, "Oh my God." Like a little baby blubbering. And finally,
he punches.
He's like, "Blair." And she turns around and she's like, "Oh, I didn't realize this wasn't you." What?
Oh, come
Fuck,
on.
you did.
And we know you do.
But you did. And so he punches Chuck in the face and obviously is pissed. Who wouldn't be pissed? But I would be, he's mad at Blair. And so he storms out and she runs after him. And she says to him, like, "I didn't know." And he's like, "Please tell me you didn't know. Like, honestly, sit there and stare at me and tell me you didn't know." And she's like, "Well, I did.
I knew, but I want you.
But I want you." And he's like, "Yeah, I thought I wanted you too. And I thought we were liking each other, but obviously that's wrong."
Yeah, and she says, like, "Show me that you want me." And then they kiss.
We're
like, ew.
We're like, ew.
Ew, ew.
And so then Chuck is coming down the stairs and has to see them making out. And it's just super awkward.
But that's where we leave them.
That's where, that's Blair and Chuck
Yeah.
and Marcus's storyline.
Weird triangle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chuck is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love him, this does not shine a good light on him.
Yeah, that's why I'm having some ish.
Yeah, it is bizarre that they would even think this would work.
Well, it did because you were swooning 11 years ago.
It did. I guess if I was a teenager or I was 19, if I was really, I don't know. I guess because I just loved the show so much and I love the characters and I wanted Chuck and Blair to be together.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, oh, that's great.
And maybe when you go through this series and then you do a rewatch, and so you
Definitely.
know how he evolves, which I'm
Right.
waiting for.
Right.
Like, oh my God, this is so hot.
Yeah, but sorry. At this moment in time, I'm like, stop.
Yeah, no.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing for both of them, but also I get
it's them, though.
It's them.
Yeah.
It's the cat and mouse, like we say every single week, and they can't take their hands off of each other.
No. They're
No
alive.
passion.
They feel alive.
And really all that else is happening is Jenny and her internship with Eleanor, who is, we said, coming home from Paris or wherever she was. And they're trying to get this one design that Eleanor made together, and they're fitting it on the model, and Jenny's looking at it and she's saying, something's wrong with this. And she even brings it to Laurel's attention. Wow. Like balls to bring it to Laurel's attention that she thinks something's wrong. And Laurel is like, you remember those little mouses in Cinderella? You should be one of those and not talk.
They don't speak.
They don't give opinions. So Jenny's like, okay, what's she going to do? And then later on, she's still trying to fit the model.
She's pretty much bringing the dress up.
Yeah, she's like,
fixing the length.
She's like, something's still wrong about this. I don't know, what she was thinking when she designed this. And of course, Eleanor comes in and she's like, oh, who are you? Okay, you're fired. Or, you don't have this internship anymore.
Yeah.
And Jenny's like, please, no, please. The blackout happens, of course. And so her and Eleanor bond a little bit because they have to work on this design. And so she's holding the flashlight for her and she's asking for her honest opinions. And she's like, even though you're fired, I still need your opinions. And they work it out. They have cute moments where
I love these cute moments because she says, well, first she calls the dress a pilgrim at a funeral.
Yes.
Which it was.
It was.
It's very matronly.
Totally.
It was not very appetizing.
Yeah, she's like, what's wrong with the neckline?
Yeah. And Eleanor's like, actually, you're right. And then Jenny tells a story of one of her first dresses that she bought was one of Eleanor's
designs at a consignment store.
Yeah, and it made her actually want to become a designer.
So
sweet. But it was a nice teacher-student moment.
And even Eleanor, you see, is doubting herself. Like, what was I thinking? And Jenny's trying to be nice and saying, well, you're an amazing designer. Don't give yourself credit. And then she tells her the story about that. So I think that really helps.
Yeah.
And then later on, when the lights come back on, Rufus is worried about Jenny. And he walks in. He's like, are you okay? And he has a date with him, Claire, and everyone's sweaty because the heat is, unbearable. And Eleanor says, can you go get us, sandwiches to Rufus and his date? And Jenny's like, please, Dad. Oh, my God, I'll go get the sandwiches. And says something like, oh, let's not get into like a tizzy about being fired thing. And Rufus is like, oh, you got fired? And she's like, Dad, please.
Yeah.
So that was sweet.
It was very sweet. And it worked out.
It worked. Yeah. So hopefully for the future, she'll keep her mouth shut. Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe she'll just say it in a way where she knows that, she's in a safe space and nobody's behind her to listen.
Right.
Or Eleanor will value her opinion a little bit more. And maybe Laurel will value her opinion.
Well, I think Laurel already values her because of the whole white party thing.
Yeah.
So she's doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny's doing good.
And that's really it for the episode.
Yeah. We pretty much touched
the last scene is just Dan and Vanessa on a rooftop, and she's telling him why she had to break it off with Nate, and they're just friends there for each other, and they're comforting each other, and that's how it ends.
Yeah, it was sweet. I'm wondering when we're going to get to school. Is summer finally over?
Right? I know. It's
been 3
taking
episodes.
Forever. Do you want me to confirm when we get to school? Maybe on the second half.
Maybe in break.
Okay. All right, we're taking a break.
Okay.
We can confirm they go back to school next week.
Yes.
So I know it's like a couple too long of a summer for us. It's like let's get back into the swing of things. But we did see all the girls. Well, not all of them, but we saw Penelope and we saw Nelly Yuki this episode.
Yeah.
So they were at the party. We didn't forget about them. I'm gonna go into some trivia for this episode. Not much, but it's do what I can.
Absolutely.
2 of them I've already mentioned, but the episode is based off of the movie The Dark Knight, spelled Knight, and this is Night, Night. Ed Westwick gets to speak in his British accent.
Ooh.
Okay.
Debut.
Right? This episode was watched by 3.7 million, and maybe you can confirm or explain to me what this is because I have no idea. And it says, and within the Live Plus 7 DVR rating? No idea. It scored 4.16 million, making this the highest rated of the entire series.
Does that mean when it was DVR'd and played back?
I guess
or
maybe
recorded?
Maybe the DV. Oh, yes. I guess that makes sense. DVR. I was thinking like DVD. DVR. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe people went back over and over to rewatch it.
Or it was the episode that was most recorded.
Yeah. All right, so it made it the highest rated of the entire series, which is crazy.
Wow.
TV.com's MVP this week was Serena.
Okay.
I'll just leave you with that.
Sure.
Yes. Some music in this episode. We have Closer by Neo. I Can Feel a Hot One by Manchester Orchestra. It's a Lot by the 88. Like Knives by The Fashion. And Lights Out by Santa Gold.
Love Santa Gold.
And that is it for my trivia. Just
Good
wanted
trivia.
to go into some questions. We had 2 Instagram messages, one from Vic, our girl, and one from Allie, our other girl. So I will start with Vic. She says, I am sorry, but if I walked in on my significant other making out with someone else who happens to have a lot of history with them, I would tell them off and leave. I feel like Blair just wants to make it work with Marcus so she's not with Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
I knew as soon as Catherine said she wasn't going to lose Nate that she was going to threaten Vanessa. And Vanessa, being the good person she is, was going to let him go just when I thought they were going to get back together, since we never found out why they broke up in the first place.
Thank you, Vic.
She says, do you think Nate will find out what Vanessa did for him? Vanessa was my MVP. She let him go even though she wanted to be with him. So, do you think Nate will find out what Vanessa did for him?
Yes. I know I'm not sure when, but I do feel
Right.
this will come out. Yeah.
Right. Allie, our girl, Allie_Luna28 on Instagram. She says, these are just her general thoughts for the episode.
Yeah.
Marcus can get out of here with that delicate flower crap. Ain't nobody got time for that. I kind of like Jenny giving Vanessa sensible advice, but who takes a relationship advice from a 15, 16-year-old? Valid. Do you think Serena and Dan tried to jump back into things too soon? I love that Blair gave it to Serena straight. How do you feel about saying the goodbye in the elevator? It was so dramatic. Eleanor scares me, but I love her. I'm glad she decided to give Jenny a second chance. How did no one see Chuck putting his hands all over Blair at the party?
Right?
I have been in the corner sipping my beverage, seeing everything with the eye emojis. The whole Catherine and Nate Vanessa thing is a hot mess and could have been avoided if Vanessa and Nate were just honest with one another. Blair knew that wasn't Marcus. And Marcus and Chuck are they even the same height? Come on now. So she wants to know, do you think Dan and Serena tried to jump back into things too soon?
No.
You don't?
I don't, because no. Even though they didn't talk, they had enough time to talk. They chose not to. I don't even think if they talked, it would have worked out anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was just kind of like their final
goodbye
to each other, pretty much. Like, all right, we still have a lot of chemistry and we're hot and heavy for each other, but we don't like to talk about our issues. Therefore, we really shouldn't do this.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Like, they pretty much just had, 3 months away from each other, come right back to each other.
Because I don't think even if they spoke instead of having the beach sex, that things would have changed. They wouldn't have.
Right.
Because obviously they can't bend. They are who they are, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give a shout out. This Thursday, December 13th, is Vic's birthday.
Oh, hey, girl.
So happy birthday,
happy
girlfriend.
birthday.
Fashion headband counter.
Okay, so headbands, I had 6.
I had 6 as well. Yay!
Nice.
There was at one point, I thought maybe the girl taking the picture had a headband, but I don't think so.
I also thought
was like,
that as well.
Did she? So I didn't count it.
Yeah.
All right. We
Yeah.
both had 6.
Yeah.
What other fashion did you like in this episode?
I did like Blair's party dress, the mustard yellow.
I did like that too, and I really love the headband with it.
Yeah.
And how she wraps her hair in the headband. Phenomenal at all times.
I mean, Liz, I feel like you can do anything when it comes to beauty, so can you do that?
I can certainly try. I don't think it would look as flawless, though. I feel
Can
like I'd have like bobby pins just like sticking out every which way.
Maybe we can practice and bring
Let's
it out for
practice.
Shanna's bachelorette.
Catherine's updo in the suit store.
Yes.
I love that. I'm like, where are you going, girl? Like a prom or something? It's phenomenal. She's got she's just amazing. Great hair.
I did love Chuck's PJ getup.
The robe with like the flannel.
Yeah.
The checkered.
Mm-hmm.
I love the big poofy skirt with like the silk shirt that Blair was wearing.
Yeah.
When she was running around the city with the headband.
Yes.
I like that. It was very fashion forward.
I didn't like this, but I'm just going to give a nod to Padge's
The
park
vest?
vest.
90 degrees.
As they're complaining it's hot, they're in jeans, and he decided to add an extra layer. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't mind Chuck's suit at the party. It was just a regular pinstripe.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And I think I liked Vanessa's outfit at the party.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the back of it, especially in the last scene where they both turn their backs. So I'm like, oh, that's a nice
Very pretty.
a back on the dress.
Yeah.
I think that's all I have really for fashion.
Yeah, same.
Some quotes.
Yes. Can't believe Nate Archibald is a gigolo.
I loved that. That made me crack up.
I have also when the girl from Tokyo arrives and Serena's like, who's that? And he's like, a whiff of the East.
A whiff of the East. Or when Chuck says, I don't have a romantic bone in my body. Least of all that one.
When the little minions are in the park and the two of them look at their friend and go, she's a Serena.
She's a Serena. I have Blair. You are disgusting and I hate you.
Or when Blair is talking about Vanessa and she goes, she lives in Brooklyn.
Jenny, it looks like a pilgrim at a funeral. I'm so glad that this didn't end. That's what Catherine said.
Oh, Catherine.
You are not using Blair off as sexual Drano.
Ugh, that was so gross.
And so was have sex with me. That was also gross.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I think that's it was pretty good.
There were some good ones in this
definitely.
episode. Do you have your MVP and shittiest?
We're not
I have
happy
my
with
MVP
them. And a blue ribbon.
Okay.
I have my shittiest.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do MVP first.
Okay.
Ready?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Vanessa. Yay!
Awesome. And pretty much for what Vic said.
Right.
But I like her realness. I like the fact that she showed a little,
Spunk?
yeah, but also when she is talking to Jenny and Jenny says to her, like, you're the do what you want girl.
Right.
And this is the first time Vanessa's like, oh, I don't know, I'm shy. Like, I don't know if I should call him.
Right. She's like, I'm not used to being like this.
So it just shows her human side.
Yeah.
And so the fact that, and also I like the fact that Nate actually likes her and he wasn't just using her as a friend.
Right.
Because that was breaking my heart a little bit.
Yeah. Who does your blue ribbon go to?
Jenny.
Yeah.
I like the way that while I believe where you have to know your place, you also have to speak up.
Yeah.
And I like the way she's handling this whole situation. It's much better than trying to be Queen Bee at school, which maybe this is going to still happen, which I hope not. But it's like, look what you're doing. You're doing really good things in Parsons. So, how she handled herself at the white party with Laurel. And
there's growth.
There's growth. Exactly. She's evolving.
Right.
I like to see people evolve.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Same. Shittiest.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Catherine.
Goes without saying, really, because we're like, what is this 37-year-old woman so focused on the 17-year-old? She says, oh, because he, makes me feel alive. But really, like we said before, like it's a control thing.
Yeah.
And Blair tells her, like, oh, you probably feel better about yourself, right before you have to go get all your plastic surgery or whatever she says.
She could feel alive with a much cheaper price.
Right?
But this just shows ownership.
Exactly.
So she owns her
I
toy.
own you.
And she said something along the lines to Vanessa of, oh, I don't like to share my toys, especially when I pay for them.
Ew.
gross. But yeah, it's just so she can own something,
Right.
have control over.
That's hers and nobody else's.
And this, where Nate was enjoying this, like, he does not want to be in this situation anymore.
No, he's like, please get me the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
It just, he can't get out of the situation. So I think it's time we do Patron of the Week. It's Patron of the Week. Patron of the Week. It's Patron of the Week. Who will it be? It's Patron of the Week. Thank you, Liz and Michelle.
It never gets old. I love it.
Never gets old. We hope you guys enjoy Patron of the Week. This week, we have a very special Patron of the Week. Never honored this person before, and they need to be honored.
Oh my gosh.
It's our OG, Allie.
Allie!
Right? What have I been doing? Yay, Allie! Fun fact for you guys, and Michelle might feel really sentimental. She was our first pledge ever, and she pledged to us specifically on July 28th of 2016.
Oh my gosh.
She was our first pledge ever. She pledged, I think the category was at the time the Ravens, and it was our lowest tier, and we remember seeing the name and we were like, oh my God, we have one like listener that wants to subscribe to our Patreon account. This is amazing. So I called her the OG because she literally is the OG listener.
I know, and she believed in us.
She did. And we got to meet her.
I know.
And she's so super creative and she has her own like, you know, talents that we should highlight on this podcast. I don't know why we should collab, Allie.
Yes, we should.
She's just so supportive. For almost 4+ years, she's been with us, and I can't believe I haven't honored you prior, but I'm doing it now. And please know that we love you, and we really thank you.
We love you, and I love our cat chats.
Yeah.
We always send each other cat videos, and her cat is dating Liam over the internet, of course.
Over the internet,
Yeah.
they're catfishing each other.
Oh!
So thank you, Allie, and as always, thank you everyone else that supports us. We really, really appreciate it. This is your Dis and Tell moment, Michelle.
Yes.
The episode title for next week is, Liam is ready for it, The X-Files.
Ooh. How fun is that?
It is fun.
So I guess we're going to see the Sadge situation.
There's,
'Cause,
lo-
okay,
there's
we're
lots
going-
of X's in this show.
Like you confirmed, we're
Mm.
going back to school.
Yes.
So Sadge, although the girls are separate from the boys, but they do mingle, right?
Yeah,
So
they're
we
like
see,
pretty much down the block from
coexisting.
each other. Yeah.
So things are going to be tough with that. And Blair and Marcus, I don't know. I really could see them working out for like a little bit longer,
Okay.
even though they shouldn't. But somehow Blair will manipulate it.
Well, they
And
both
ignore
like
Chuck.
each other.
Yeah. But like he said, you like me for my status.
Yes, he does.
My
say
label.
that. My label.
But he's not in high school with them.
No.
So she doesn't have to worry about that at school.
Right. But she's got to worry about
Chuck.
Chuck at school.
I mean, Chuck is going to continue to be like, we're supposed to be together in his own, like, creepy,
Yeah.
have
he
sex
doesn't.
with me, kiss my neck type of deal.
So you think he's still going to pursue it even though he
Oh,
knows?
of course.
Okay.
He's not going to stop. He's like a
A leech?
yes. It's like a leech, a tick,
Yeah, like they don't go away.
parasite. That's the word.
Parasite. There it
It's
is.
like a parasite.
Just suck you in. They don't leave.
Yeah. And then the Natessa,
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see Nate trying to talk to Vanessa, trying to get information from her, like, why did you leave? Where did you go? I like you. This is not who I want to
Mhm.
be with. You know I don't want to be with her, but she's financially helping me out, meaning he's talking about Catherine. But I can see her being like, no, like we can't do this.
You predicted last week that you think Catherine and Marcus are here for 3 more episodes. So technically 2 more as we watch this week.
Yeah, I could see
You
that.
still think that?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, how long can we really? However, yeah, I think that's a good amount because Nate has to find a different financial source.
Yeah.
And I can see her do I think she'll tell the FBI about Howie? And you know what? Nate's just a fucking idiot for having pillow talk and talking about his father's
Yeah.
location.
Right.
But he's a kid. See, here's where the
He's
young...
a kid.
And also, I guess, maybe when you're comfortable and you're having sex with someone and you have feelings for them, kind of.
Right.
It just comes out. But this is super serious, so it shouldn't have come out.
But that's Nate.
No, I know.
It's typical Nate. He gets himself into these situations and he's like, shit.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
Nate should just... I don't know if it's better or worse. No, maybe I won't say it. I was going to say, instead of him getting money from Catherine, he should just kind of be like an escort. He just pay for...
An escort and have everyone pay for sex with him?
No, not sex.
Oh.
Maybe just a date.
Just
but
a
then
date?
we're talking about a very, very, very soap opera show, so of course sex would have to be involved.
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you think if Catherine doesn't tell the FBI, how is Nate going to get himself out of this situation?
I don't know.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
How is he going to leave her? I don't know.
Unless somehow Chuck comes through and they figure out a financial situation with that.
Right. He needs money.
Yeah.
That's his only reason for being driven towards her.
Or maybe Serena can help him because they are friends.
They are friends. Her family has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, she just pawed you. So cute. She's like, let me up.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel that for Catherine to end, like the FBI situation needs to happen. And maybe Howie won't actually be there. He would have moved already because they can tip him off.
Uh-huh.
And
right.
that's how we get rid of Catherine.
That's true. So now, right. Does she even think that? Like, Nate can tip him off? Well, because he doesn't know that that's her plan.
Right.
You know?
Right. But
so
maybe...
it makes sense. Like, oh, if Nate can only just tell Howie, like, hey, get out of there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Padge is like, my friend's hurting. This is what's going on. And because he's stupid.
Right, because he is best friends with Vanessa.
Yeah.
He has a sort of relationship with Nate. So
cordial.
He could definitely get in the middle of that and open it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone else really will.
Yeah. So maybe that's how, and then the FBI gets tipped off. And Howie's not actually where he is. And then there's no use for her to be here anymore. And that's when Blair and Marcus, so 2 episodes.
Split.
Yeah.
Okay. So with all your predictions and the episode title, who do you think Gossip Girl is in this episode? Because she was there. She gave the news blast.
Yeah. So a cop-out.
Uh-huh.
Because Padge said, they're Gossip Girl, I'm going with the Minions.
Oh, the kids.
He literally said, oh, they're Gossip Girl. My other thing, I was like, oh, of course it's what's her face, Penelope. And then I was like, oh, it's Kristen Bell. Please tell me that Kristen Bell is actually Gossip Girl, but I would have noticed her. And then
you would have seen her.
Unless she's always just behind a window, and so she's technically always there.
Nice. Good
with
prediction.
Her computer, waiting to get tipped off.
Her Veronica Mars.
Yeah. She's with her long lens.
Right? It's like both worlds kind of collide a little bit.
Yeah.
So that is all we got.
It was good.
It was good. It was definitely, for the first, obviously since we've opened up the season, the most dramatic, I think, of the 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Next week we'll see how the drama level is going to play out. I just think this whole Lord situation and the Duchess, but also a, cougar.
Yeah.
All very unrealistic, dramatic things. I mean, hey, if you're a Duchess having an affair, maybe that's a realistic thing for you. But
Sure.
for us, not so much. So I'm curious to see, as it goes on, what your thoughts and opinions will be for that.
Do you think as the show goes on and they get older, does it become more relatable? Or it's always in the genre of, this is a soap opera?
There's definitely a lot of things that you're like, what the fuck? That would never happen, to any normal person.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely as far as, like, relationships go and, like, deaths and things like that, like, yeah. like normal people stuff.
On a human level. Yeah, so like I said, I'm now considering this just to be like Melrose Place.
No, and I think that's a great way of interpreting it.
If anyone watches Melrose Place, hit me up. I'm actually watching very, very slowly. I started years ago, and I'm only on season 4 because I follow the Melrose Place podcast.
Yeah,
shout out to Dan and Jenny.
Our bestie podcast. We love them.
We love, 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 love them. They're so great. But that show is like your mom watched that show, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see any episodes? It's so, you just laugh. Like there's things I'm like,
Well, that's how I was with 90210, but I
Well-
know this is probably on an even another level.
I think Melrose is, sometimes
just
on
so
90210,
dramatic.
I was like, this is okay.
You
in
know,
terms
but
of,
no, there was
Yeah.
definitely, obviously that's why I watched it, because it was bearable with like the
Yeah,
drama
yeah, yeah.
level and things like that. But yeah, I can only imagine what
Melrose-
Melrose Place is like.
I'm like, this is crazy. But anyway, not to rant about that.
Yeah, so I'm glad that that's how you feel, because I
Yeah.
feel like you should keep up that.
Yeah, so
Thought
if I'm
process.
laughing, it's just because I'm enjoying it.
Right, it's like, oh man, these
Yeah.
kids again are up to
Yeah,
their
yeah,
own
yeah.
tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. So we will see you next week. Very excited.
Yes. That's going to be our second to last episode
Of
of
the
the new
year.
year. Of the year. Of the new year.
Of the new, yeah.
Of the year.
Of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hope you guys have a good day, night, wherever you are. And we'll see you on the next one. You know you love us.
XOXO.
Gossip
Gossip Girls.
Girls.